Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
My fiancée declared, "You can't access my wealth, it's entirely mine." I gave a faint smile. Then I left the prenup discussion. A week later, she was pleading. "I'm Jordan, 32, male, and I always believed Madison, 30, was my forever. We'd been together 3 years, cohabitating for one. Her family? Affluent. Old wealth. I'm doing fine, a software engineer with a solid income, but nowhere near their level. The engagement was magical, with a beautiful ring I'd saved for. A Tiffany piece she adored. Wedding preparations began. Her parents, Ralph and Diana, took charge, insisting on a lavish event at their exclusive country club. I was funding the photographer, the band, our honeymoon, and a $15,000 non-refundable deposit for a bespoke floral and lighting setup Madison cherished. About 3 months before the wedding, Ralph brought up a prenup. Typical for families like theirs, he said. I wasn't excited but wasn't surprised either. Send it over, I told him. Fast forward to last Tuesday. The meeting included me, Madison, her father Ralph, and 2 attorneys. The room felt heavy. Madison avoided eye contact. Their lawyer went on about safeguarding her family's existing assets. Fair enough. Then he moved to assets gained during the marriage. Anything Madison earned or received as gifts would belong solely to her. My income? Considered marital property, but my access to her much larger earnings was tightly restricted. There was even a clause stating that if I started a business and it succeeded, she'd claim a portion. Her ventures? Completely protected as hers alone. I glanced at Madison. She was toying with the Cartier bracelet I'd given her. My attorney, Alan, raised a brow. This feels unbalanced? Ralph laughed lightly. Just looking out for our daughter, Alan. Jordan gets it. I waited for Madison to stand up for us. Silence. Then their lawyer mentioned I'd waive all rights to spousal support, no matter the situation. I finally spoke. Madison, do you agree with this? My tone was steady. Inside, a chill was growing. She met my eyes at last. Not with warmth. Defiance. Touch of scorn. Jordan, she said, her voice cold. It's just how it needs to be. You can't access my wealth. It's entirely mine. No mention of our shared future. Just her wealth. Entirely hers. 3 years, the life I thought we were creating, reduced to her fortune. I didn't argue. I looked at her smug father, at their attorney. Then I smiled. A slow, genuine smile. I stood. This has been very revealing. I nodded to Alan. I think we're done here. I turned and walked out. No scene. Just left. Alan caught me in the lobby. Shocked. Jordan? What just happened? It's over, Alan, I said, strangely calm. She showed me everything I needed to see. He mentioned renegotiating. I shook my head. Some things can't be negotiated. That was Tuesday. It's now Saturday. My phone's been buzzing, but more on that later. Update. I left that prenup meeting. My smile wasn't joyful. It was the smile of a man whose hopes had just been crushed by self-entitled arrogance. The aftermath was quiet at first. I returned to our apartment. Madison usually got home by 7 p.m. Nothing. I packed a bag. Basics. Laptop. Left the photo of us from our beach trip on the dresser. Stayed at my friend Dylan's. Wednesday morning, the messages started. Text from Madison. Jordan, where are you? We need to discuss this. I didn't respond. Call. Ignored. Voicemail. Jordan, this isn't a game. Call me. My father's upset. Ralph was upset. Poor him. I went to work. Couldn't concentrate. Alan called. Their lawyer reached out. They were surprised. Open to revisiting terms. Alan, I said. Was Madison in that room? Did she hear her own words? Yes, but... Then there's nothing to talk about. Tell them the wedding's cancelled. Pause. Are you certain, Jordan? Did the math, Alan. Staying would be a worse mistake. Wednesday afternoon, the untangling began. First, Petal Elegance, the $15,000 non-refundable deposit I'd paid. Hi! I need to cancel the Miller-Hamilton wedding. I used generic surnames here for privacy. Vendor rep. Cancellation? The deposit's non-refundable. Me. I understand. The bride expressed a fundamental disagreement on partnership. Maybe Ms. Hamilton or her father wants to take over the contract. She was kind. We have their info. I'm sorry. Next, the band. Another $5,000 deposit. Similar talk, less empathy. Passed along Madison's and Ralph's details. Photographer, $3,000 deposit. She was compassionate. Offered a partial refund if rebooked. Honeymoon, Maldives, $20,000. Thankfully refundable. Called Amex Travel. Cancelled. Refund secured. Small victory. Thursday. Madison again. Texts growing desperate. Jordan, this is absurd. You're humiliating me. Our friends are asking questions. Invitations are out. My mom's freaking out. You need to fix this. I needed to fix what she destroyed. Then Ralph called. Jordan, your actions were reckless and disrespectful. Me. Ralph, what was disrespectful was that prenup and Madison's words. They showed I'm not a partner. Don't be theatrical. It's just business. Marriage isn't just business to me. If it is to Madison, she needs someone else. You're throwing away a bright future over a document. That document and her words were the future she proposed. No thank you. You'll regret this. Madison's heartbroken. Is she heartbroken for hurting me or because her wedding's at risk? He hung up. Good. Friday. Arranged to collect my things. Dylan came. Madison wasn't there. Packed my clothes, books, my Wusthof knives, my rocket espresso machine, my artwork. Left the keys. No note. Walking away was the note. Saturday, the pleading began. Text, 6 a.m. Jordan. I miss you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it that way. It was my dad. He pushed me. The lawyers made it sound so harsh. Please, let's talk. I love you. Love. Absent from the prenup. I didn't reply. Then a call an hour ago. Voicemail. Sobbing. Jordan, please, I screwed up. I know it. The apartment feels so empty without your things. The florist called my mom. They're asking if we'll cover the rest. Nearly $25,000 for the flowers and lights since the deposit's gone. The band too. Daddy's livid about the costs. But it's not just the money. I need you. Please, Jordan, talk to me. We can shred that awful document. I don't care about the wealth like that, I promise. Part of me felt a twinge, but reason recalled her expression. Cold. Daddy's livid about the costs stood out. The financial sting was hitting. She called 3 more times. I didn't answer. Am I heartless? No, I just value my self-worth, which she never did. The pleading has started. Let's see where this goes. Update. Hey Reddit. Another week of the Madison Hamilton saga unraveling. Thanks for the support. It helped me feel sane. The pleading continued. Calls, texts, emails. She even contacted my sister Natalie, who calmly said this was our issue and backed me. After days of my silence, Madison's tone changed. Tears stopped. Entitlement surfaced. Text last Monday. Jordan, enough. You've made your point. I apologized. Are you going to ruin everything over a misunderstanding? The wedding's less than 3 months away. Invitations are out. People have RSVP'd. You can't do this. A misunderstanding? I chuckled. Her "it's all mine" was unmistakable. Then Diana, her mother, left a frosty voicemail. Jordan, I don't know what you're playing at, but it ends now. Madison's distraught. You're single-handedly ruining her reputation and our families. Those deposits you abandoned? We're facing major losses. Ralph is exploring options regarding your financial obligations. A veiled threat. Obligations I made. Yes, the deposits I paid for the wedding she derailed. The pretend it didn't happen tactic. Midweek, Madison appeared at my workplace, unannounced. I found her chatting with the receptionist. Madison. Jordan. There you are, just passing by. My office is nowhere near her usual haunts. This isn't the place. We moved to an empty conference room. Okay, look, you were upset. I was foolish. Dad was a jerk. Let's move on. Call the vendors, say it's back on. No harm done. Madison, you said my contributions were worthless. That's not no harm. I was just parroting them. I didn't mean it. You know I love you. Love doesn't financially gut someone before marriage. You stood by it, Madison. You can't access my wealth. It's all mine. Her expression hardened. So that's it? You're destroying everything? Everyone will know you canceled the wedding. No, Madison. They'll know it's off because we don't see marriage the same way. She stood, furious. You'll regret this, Jordan. You're making a massive mistake. You think you'll find someone else? Someone who can offer the life I could. The life she could offer? I'll find a true partner, not a financial appendage. I was building a good life. I don't need yours. She stormed out, seething. The dirty move. Attempted sabotage. Days later, my boss, Gabriel, called me in, uneasy. Jordan, Ralph Hamilton called this morning. He suggested you're unstable, that it's affecting your work. Advised caution with sensitive projects. Ralph tried to undermine my career because I wouldn't marry his daughter on their terms. Gabriel, that's nonsense. My personal life's been rocky, but my work's solid. You know my track record. Relax, Jordan. I know. Your work's excellent. The call was strange. Sounded like a bitter man. I told him I trust you completely. Relief. Thank goodness for fair bosses. Watch out for that family, Jordan. They seem trouble. My counterstrike. Cold and calculated. Ralph's call flipped a switch. Sadness vanished. Doubt gone. Now I was angry, but I'd be strategic. The apartment, utilities and internet still in my name on autopay. I'd paid the hefty security deposit. Logged in. Cancelled everything. Immediately. Emailed Madison about retrieving my remaining items. A few kitchen tools, a bookshelf, a winter coat. CCing Alan. Suggested she have a witness. The social announcement. Madison fretted about what people would think. Fine. I wrote a concise email to mutual friends and family who received invitations. Subject. Update on Jordan and Madison's wedding. Dear friends and family, Madison and I have decided to cancel our wedding. It was a tough choice. We're sorry for any inconvenience. Vendor communications will come from the Hamilton family. Brief, neutral, but clearly shifts vendor responsibility to them. Alan approved. Sent. Supportive messages came from my friends and some mutual ones. The financial cleanup. Reviewed credit cards, bank accounts. Canceled joint subscriptions or plans in my name that benefited us both. Wine club she loved. Canceled. Streaming downgraded. Not about money but principle. Madison's reaction to utility cancellations. Really, Jordan? You cut the internet? How immature. My response. Not immature, Madison. Responsible. You said it's all yours. That includes bills. Silence. The wedding cancellation email sparked a meltdown. Mutual friend Sophia called. Dude, Madison posted a wild Insta story about betrayal, then deleted it. Her mom called my mom, ranting. Neat. Let's just say the prenup revealed a side I couldn't accept. A prenup? Yikes, enough said. Validating. Ralph hasn't tried anything else with my job. The pleading stopped. Now angry texts from Madison, ignored, and silence from her parents. Good. I feel unburdened. Dodged a disaster. Ralph's stunt fuels my resolve to be done. Still need to grab my stuff. That's next. Update. Hey Reddit, Jordan here with the final chapter. 6 weeks since that prenup meeting disaster. Things are settling. The great item retrieval. After my cancellation email and utility cuts, Madison emailed tersely, Sunday, 2 p.m. doorman will let you in. I won't be there. Perfect. Dylan came. The apartment felt empty. Grabbed my coat, remaining kitchen gear, my favorite all-clad pan, books, a photo of my late grandparents. On the fridge, where our photos once hung, was a wedding invitation. Scrawled in red lipstick. You jerk. Charming. Shrugged. Left the key with the doorman. Changed jerk to a milder term conveying frustration. The financial fallout for them. Alan heard from Ralph's lawyer. The Hamiltons were upset about vendors demanding payment or keeping deposits. That $15,000 deposit for Petal Elegance I paid? They'd signed a contract for a $40,000 floral and lighting package. The vendor, unpaid for the remaining $25,000, was threatening legal action against the Hamiltons, who likely thought they could strong-arm a refund. Madison signed the full contract after my deposit. Ouch. The band, $5,000 deposit from me, had a similar clause. Madison and Ralph tried claiming the cancellation was mutual, so they shouldn't owe. The band leader, no nonsense, rejected their argument. The country club venue also enforced a steep cancellation fee. Awkward. Ralph's lawyer probed if I'd help. Alan shut it down. My contributions were clear. Their attempt to protect her wealth meant they owned her obligations. The irony. They faced losses in the tens of thousands. All because it's all mine. The social consequences also theirs. My calm email worked. Friends were supportive or stayed neutral. Madison's victim story didn't stick, especially as the prenup and financial mess leaked. Sophia said Madison went quiet. Her mother Diana was humiliated by the gossip and wasted money. Ralph was furious. Their actions, entitlement, greed caused this. I just refused to be their pawn. Natural consequences. A moment of reflection. One night, 2 weeks ago, it hit me. Not grief for losing Madison, but for the 3 years, the future I thought we had. Poured a strong whiskey, sat on my new balcony, and felt it. The disappointment, the slight shame. It was about respect, partnership. She saw our future as a balance sheet, guarding her side, erasing mine. That stung. Still does a little, but I'm healing. Where I am now, life's peaceful. Focusing on work. Gabriel approved a side project I'm excited about. My smaller apartment feels like mine. My rocket espresso machine hums. My Wusthof knives are in use. Reconnecting with hobbies, friends. No word from Madison. Mutual contacts say she's low-key. The financial hit strained her and Ralph. He blames her for not managing me. She blames him for the harsh prenup. Satisfying. No more pleading. Their anger is probably bitter resentment. Fine. My revenge? Walking away. Choosing dignity. Letting them face the direct results of their arrogance. Hearing they're stressed over lost deposits? Brought a quiet grin, honestly. They played tough. I didn't play their game. Madison's biggest consequence? She revealed her true self. Valued wealth over partnership. She'll live with that. Maybe grow. Probably not. Entitled people rarely change. Her issue now. So yeah, read it. It was a messy ordeal, but I'm out. Good. And moving forward. Learned a huge lesson about red flags. Escaped a bad fate. Thanks for letting me share. Peace out.